Yeah, there we go. I don't know what's going on there. Alpha Hunters, hopefully you are hearing, seeing. I guess I have no idea what's going on with the software right now. It took a hot second to kind of get going. Um, Nice day on the market. Nice sideways, flatish kind of day, and nice gap up this morning. Very small gap up, 0.1%. And that's kind of interesting because if I actually go to the extended hours, you can see about 30-40 minutes before the market opened, actually opened, we were up about 0.5% there. And I mean, yeah, if we just take it up to this about 0.3, 0.4% pre-market, and then that 30 minutes before we opened, we just kind of sold down, so a little bit flatter gap. Brian, what's going on, brother? How are you doing? It is a very nice whipsawy Wednesday, man. So yeah, nice little pop initially on the open, nice little pullback there. Then in that first hour, and we had a very strong pop there. We got some data actually out like right at this point in time. That's why you see the market kind of drop there. What was this again? I don't know what's going on. It's like everything is being slow. A beautiful day in Michigan, he says. ISM services PMI is what we got, and it basically came in flat with the forecast. Forecast was like dead on, so that's pretty good. Or are you a Michigan Wolverine fan? All right. Because we are getting to that beautiful time of year, man. We are, man. I love fall. Nope, he says. All right. Any college football team? Let's see. We got. I mean, but I love fall. I like spring, but I love fall. I love that transition from summer hotness to winter coolness. Spy though. I mean, yeah, I got the pop, but it's been fading here over the past hour and a half. Yeah, pulling back. So, oh, he's a hockey fan. All right, Brian. See, I don't follow hockey as much, mostly because I grew up in South Texas, and guess what? We don't have freaking hockey down here, man. It's not that I don't like the sport. When I did live in Denver, I did go to a couple Avalanche games, which was very cool. I did enjoy that. Um, Let me know if you guys are having issues on seeing the stream. 'Cause I'm getting some errors, and I don't know what's going on. If it continues to be an issue, I might just restart it, but it's fine. We'll see. Q's actually been pretty strong today after they got sold off pretty good yesterday. Nice gap up of about 0.25%. Strong in the open, pulled back, ripped higher, kind of fading out here. The IWM was getting wrecked this morning. I mean, it sold down pretty good, and down 1.2% at the low today. And I mean, it had a nice run here. It's been pulling back about the last hour and a half or so. Same thing with the DIA. They all look about the same. Yeah, they all look streamlined a couple times, but yeah, that's what's weird. Like I don't know what to do. I just see the error messages. I don't know like how I can fix that at all. All right. Well, I don't know. Nothing I can do about it really. I can try to restart stuff, but we'll just see if it continues to be an issue. Anyways, equal weight SP 500. Yeah, very nice strong run here on the equal weight SP 500. You can see over the past hour and a half, not as much, especially here over the past 30 minutes, not as much selling, right? as the S&P 500. So, okay. Qs, yeah, the Qs actually was really flat up here at the high of the day, but the past 30 minutes, 40 minutes, okay, really 40 minutes, like here on, like you see the Qs get hit a little bit there. Okay. How all these look on the daily, though, very interesting. Had a nice sell candle yesterday on the SPY. Base of big doji inside day. That doesn't look good going into the rest of the week. If we don't break down today, it doesn't set up well for Thursday, Friday. So unless we get to rallying here in the last hour and 2 hours, it does not set up well at all. At all. So I know there's some people watching this trend line here on the Qs. The problem with watching this trend line is basically we broke this trend line. So yeah, that one doesn't look good. Let me adjust this real quick. Let me see here. Yeah, that's pretty flat. That one I don't think it'd be as relevant. Yeah, that's the thing is like we broke this. Let me just go back. I mean, we broke this trend line, and now we're just chopping sideways, and this very much looks like just a double top on a weekly time frame. So what about the SPY? Does the SPY have? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. I did leave this. Put this line on here from back in August. SPY also has like a little, pretty good little double top looking action there on the weekly. Definitely getting through this trend line, and not. I don't think we'll ever come back to that. You know what? Let me. I'll leave it. I'll leave it for now. I'll leave that for now. Yeah, because we kind of like chopped right through it. Okay. Yeah, today's gonna be super interesting to see how we close. So obviously the big movers that have been putting a lot of pressure on the market. The dollar was dropping overnight. Take a look at it. 15-minute overnight. Yeah, after midnight. Well, midnight my time. After midnight Eastern, as well. Early in the morning. We saw some pretty good droppage here. Up until about the 30 minutes before the market opened, and then we saw the dollar climb, come back down, retest here over the past couple hours, and then past hour and a half's been rallying again. So kind of made sense. Kind of talked about this the past couple days. Kind of made sense for the dollar to rest a little bit. Seems like what it's doing. Nice lower wick, getting close, kind of close to that 10 EMA on the daily. Looking pretty good. Probably just gonna continue higher. I got hiccups. It's not your audio cutting out. It's me trying to breathe during the hiccups. 10-year yield. Nice upper wick today. I don't think it's a big deal so much. Let me go to a 15-minute. Pushed high. So there must have been something happen overnight, because the 10-year yield and dollar both fell at the same time, same spot. Let me see. Was there anything overnight? This would have to be China related. Well, not really, because usually China's more like here related. I don't know. Maybe unless they said something during the day. It doesn't. It's all right. Anyways, yields, 10-year yield pulling back a little bit today. Not a big deal. Probably just going to continue to eventually grind higher. Yeah, eventually going to grind higher. I saw something yesterday that Rick Santelli was. If you don't know who Rick Santelli is, he's been around in Chicago on CNBC for a very long time. He's been there highly regarded. He knows his stuff about bonds and yields. Anyways, he is actually thinking here over the next decade. This is not like, next month forecast, but he's actually thinking here over the next decade that we see yields get back up into the double digit type area. So maybe out here early 2030s, like we're getting yields up into like 11, 13, 12 area. And not to say that that couldn't happen. I just know that that would be a very big reason why the stock market that is, to be very sluggish here over the next 10 years, over the next, maybe even 8 years or so. I mean, we've pushed so high on yields over the past like few years here that, I mean, even if they got up to like 5.5, 6%, I don't think they'd go much higher than that here over the next few months, maybe a year. I couldn't imagine they push much higher than 5.5%. Maybe they test the 6% area, but I don't think they go much higher than that. If they do, that would be like a blow off the top kind of moment on yields, and then they probably would consolidate for a couple of years, and then they would push back higher. But that would be, I mean, that's long term. But as far as for now, man, just look for this probably to continue higher, like the acceleration on breaking away from this trend line it had been in over the past several months. Nice acceleration, breaking away here over the past couple days. So, anyways, longer term, yeah, yields probably do go higher in the next 10 years, but they're not going to go to 13% like in the next year or two. Don't think that. HYG, yeah, kind of just hanging down at the lows of yesterday. Man, had a huge breakdown day yesterday. LQD, nice little bounce there on the LQD. Okay, what's the TLT doing? TLT, nice bounce up day. Up 1% there on the TLT. That thing's just been hammered so much. 10 and 2 inversion, look at that. Clearly, I mean, just absolutely steamrolling higher. And this is, so we were looking at the 10-year yield, right? And 10-year yield dropping a little bit today. But look at that inversion yield, still just absolutely climbing. So that just means, like, if we look at the 2-year yield, that means the 2-year yield just falling. Look at that, down. How much is that down? Down 1.86%. The 10-year yield is only down 1.1%. So I'd be interested to see if the 2-year yield actually continues to push higher on rates, because I think the 10-year looks like it's going to continue to. So it'll be interesting to see if the 2-year actually does push a little bit higher. Obviously, it looks like it's chopping around. But if it winds up doing something like that, do something like that, and it might not even go that high, actually. It might even go up to like there, and maybe it comes back down. But just a quick poke up over like some of these highs that we had maybe back in March. Clearly get above them. We've been poking above them a couple times, but get up over them, and then it comes back down. I can see something like that happening. But yeah, the 2-year, man, just it has definitely lost its steam. We're seeing that in the 10 and 2 inversion. Okay, VIX. How's the VIX looking? VIX coming down. Nice gap up on the VIX. I don't know why the VIX gapped up that much, honestly. Yeah, I really don't get that. It is what it is. Market does things weird sometimes. Gold, how's gold doing? Gold's dropping a little bit today. Okay. Check out the sector rotation. I know tech's going to be leading the day. I get it. Energies. Look at that move on energies. Ooh. Okay, energies are getting hit, which is very interesting. We'll see if this is from the crude side or gasoline side because we've seen over the past couple months, crude has absolutely been dominating. Gasoline, not so much. So, heating oil has been holding up pretty cool, pretty good too. So we'll check out all three of those. But yeah, energy's getting hit pretty good today. Um, and we'll be curious to see which of the stocks in the energy sector is it the refiners or is it the oil producers? Which one's getting hit the most? So, um, refiners have been holding up really well, and I didn't really understand it honestly myself. Discretionaries are outperforming the day, so Amazon, Tesla doing pretty good. One of those, or maybe just one of them. Materials doing pretty good, outperforming on the day. Tech outperforming, real estate, communications outperforming. Okay. Staples is in line with the market. Financials underperforming. Industrials, healthcare, utilities all underperforming as well. So utilities had a huge bounce back day yesterday. It was actually positive, while all the other sectors were definitely not. Yeah, you can see energy's just got absolutely hammered here for the past couple hours on this sell down here. Um, just yeah, discretionary is leading the way. Communications and tech, all three of those are leading the day on the intraday buying, on the intraday price action. Materials is in line. Staples, real estate, financials, industrials, all slightly underperforming there. Healthcare underperforming. Utilities underperforming. Utilities are getting hit early. Utilities getting hit early. Getting some of the buying action actually coming back in. Okay. Just go check out that crude stuff. Go check out that. There it is. There it is. Man. Look at that pullback. Now, this is a very interesting spot. Not going to lie. This is a very interesting spot. Just moved from like 89 and a half to 85 or just on 84 and a half. Let me 15-minute. I mean, that thing is falling off. Look at that. I was kind of curious to see if we are going to see like maybe there was some report and it just dropped like right at it some time or something. But that just steadily dropped off all night, all day. But this is a very interesting spot. We had a hump here back in August 10th or so, about that time period. Obviously, we got a few of these spots like right here in this area. National Test Alert is going on right now. So you might be getting that on your phone if you are in the U.S. I am really glad that I have my phone muted like all the time. I'm really glad it did not make a sound. Anyways, nice push lower, man. But you just got a lot of these tops. So obviously this kind of looks like a breakout over the past couple months. And I mean, it very much could be a retest. I mean, you're going to get people that try to buy off of these zones. And that's kind of what happens when you get these breakouts like this. But if it's a false breakout and you wind up getting back low enough, and for me, low enough, I would say under 80. If this thing gets below 80 and takes out this low, here around 77.50, that would be a false breakout, and I would imagine this thing would crater really fast through the 70s. So, anyways, yeah, you're gonna get dip buyers here in this level, in the 82 to 85 type level. But if it gets through that zone, gets through 80, man, it's gonna go right through the 70s. False breakouts, man, no bueno. So that's crude oil, and what's so interesting is we've kind of mentioned this with gasoline as we're about to look over at gasoline. Is gasoline has not been supportive of crude oil being up this high. And last week when we got this move, last Wednesday actually, when we got this move up on crude oil, we were kind of just talking about that on the live stream like that could be a topper right there. You just got the alert. Did it wake you up? Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at gasoline. Ooh, gasoline. Yeah, see, gasoline is like people want to say crude oil is going to 100, but the byproducts or the products that come from crude oil have not been supportive of that really at all. Like gasoline hasn't. Let's check heating oil. Heating oil has been somewhat supportive. It has been holding up pretty good. But yeah, you see heating oil breaking down. Heating oil was definitely pretty bearish at the end of last year, beginning of this year. It was definitely made a pretty good run through the summer, but it was starting to not get. It wasn't as performing to the bullish side anymore, like crude oil kind of was, and the only one that was moving bearish was gasoline. So it was kind of like the crude oil was just moving up because there was just no. I mean, they were just cutting supply off, but I mean, when you're cutting supply off and demand is still not coming, I mean that's all this is telling you. There's no demand for gasoline. Gasoline's just dropping off that much. So now that you got gasoline is really dropping off, heating oil is starting to roll over, then you're also seeing the crude oil drop off and dropped off pretty well. And it wasn't even just like from a report. I mean, it's just steadily just dropped off all day today. So let's go check out some of these stocks. So Exxon's down 4%. They've had a pretty good run. 4% lower though. Oof, that's brutal. Chevron moving lower. Down 2.8%. ConocoPhillips moving lower, down 4.6%. Okay. How are some of the refiners doing? Valero's down 3.6%. Now some of these refiners, you know, they've been moving bearish over the previous couple of days more than some of the energy actual like crude oil exploration companies are or have been. Marathon Petroleum. This is the refining side of Marathon's business units. They are down 4.1%. So yeah, they're getting hit pretty good today. MRO. This is the like Exxon side of Marathon. They are getting hit. They are getting hit. Dang. They're down 5.7%. Jeez. XTO. Oh no. Not what I meant. Oxy. Oh, we can look at Oxy. What's no? Like it's a natural gas company. They're in the SP 500. I'll look at it in a sec. Yeah, they're down 4.5%. Oxy's down 4.5%. What is? I mean, look at how red everything is here. I mean, taking a look at the heat map. I mean, just how insanely red the energies are. Where is it? VLO, kind of EOG. EOG. There we go. Yeah, they're down 4.6%. Jeez. Yeah, energy's getting hit today. That is a bloodbath, man. Bloodbath for the energies. Okay. Let's run through the sector, like tech stuff. Not through the sector, but through the tech stuff. I want to see Tesla's up 4.5%. I want to see what that looks like. So AAPL. Gap, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Apple AAPL here gap down today. Had a nice gap down. Obviously, it filled that gap there almost like first 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, it gapped down about 0.75%, but you see, really over the past 5 minutes got hit pretty good. Yeah, a nice little steady uptrend up till the past hour and a half, kind of rolling over. Microsoft, Mr. Softy. Nice upper wick coming in, not getting Doesn't look like it'll close above the 10 EMA today, but be interesting to see how this plays out here for the next couple days. Microsoft, kind of hanging out for now. Kind of just hanging out. Let's see who else is out there. Alphabet. Alphabet's looking bullish, up 1.5%. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Meta gap down, traded higher. Loving that 300 level. Not much to say here. I still think this thing's going to break down, but man, it is loving that 300 level. It needs to do it soon. Amazon, nice gap up here on Amazon, up 1%. Hasn't really done a whole lot intraday, just kind of chopped around, but I mean, pretty small intraday action there. It's not looking all that great though on the daily. Tesla up 4.5%. This is where the buying has been. It's kind of interesting. Tesla's up when crude oil's dropping off, energy's dropping off. Okay. Daily highs currently. Yeah, this is the best looking stock of the day by far. What does it say? Tesla stock is surging. Thank the EV bears. I'm not bullish on EV. but I'm also not bearish on Tesla stock though. Too many fanboys in the stock, man. I can't get involved. Tesla. Yeah, today's move though. I mean, if it's gonna turn over bearish, it's gonna be a pretty good spot for it to reject. Is like right here at this price level, around 260. It's kind of where it rejected last time. So this could be a nice little possible head and shoulders action. You got the shoulder, got the pullback, head. You got the come down to the neckline. So this should be the shoulder. If that happens, if it breaks this neckline area, yeah, you just take that. Bearish. I just don't like the way the rest of the market looks. That's why it's very difficult to get bullish on something. And for me, Tesla is like one that I think is going to continue to get hit. Can't justify the value of that company. Cat is down 2%. Cat's rolling over. Cat was getting hit over the past couple of days. Down pretty good there. Deere. Deere's actually up. Deere's been getting hit pretty good over the past couple of months. Cat hasn't been, so that's why you're seeing Cat get hit. Deere's actually holding up. All right. Nvidia. How's semiconductors doing? Nvidia's pretty flat. Even the intraday price action is really flat. Okay. AMD. Nice bullishness there on AMD, up 5%, up 2%. Yeah, nice little gap up. Nice solid push higher. Intel. Nice gap up. Trading lower, basically flat. Yeah, nice gap up this morning. Made it quickly, sold down, got negative. Okay. Let's see. Avery Geo, nice little upper wick there. Nice little gap up. It's up currently up a little bit over 0.5%. Oh, whoops, that was it. Texas Instruments. Basically flat. Okay. Let me know if there's anything you want to take a look at. It seems to me what today seems like is a bit of a resting day. And I. Did we just pump on the stock market? A little bit. Yeah, we got negative very briefly right there, right at the lower end of this wick. So what does the 1 minute look like? Man, I'll be very interested to see kind of how we close today. If we don't close too much indifferent from where we are now, which currently we're up about a 0.25%. I mean, I could see us maybe probably just eventually breaking down tomorrow. Maybe not the first half of the day, but the second half of the day, yeah. Unless we get turning bullish here very very soon, I don't think we're gonna hold above 4,200 for much longer. Any major news? Any major news? Stocks recover as bond sell-off takes a break. That's because yields are not climbing as much right now. Demand destruction has begun on oil. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at oil, man, you were looking at the wrong thing. Gasoline was telling you everything you needed to know there. Google debuts AI-powered Pixel 8 smartphones. Yes, that's what I want. AI-powered smartphones. Amazon, Meta expected to lay off workers from Reality Labs division. Whoa, they're actually cutting costs? No way. Yeah, I don't really see much out there. Oh yeah, House Speaker, first time ever. House Speaker was voted out of that position. Not big on the politics, but politics does spill over to the stock market sometimes. So I mean, when you get like news like that, you can see the market move from it. Um. Oh, energy stock slide as gasoline futures sink near year lows after key EIA data. Stock market today has echoes of the 1987 crash, and even a hint of a recession would be a massive blow to equities. All right. Oh, here you go. S&P has to hold 4,200. What happens if it breaks below that? Uh, Complete psychological shift. I think 4,300 was it because because my entire thought process was if we broke 4,300, we're going to come to 4,200. And at that point in time, I think you're going to flip enough people in this area to probably push it below 4,200. 4,200 is going to be the big one. It'll flip everybody. But I really thought 4,300 was going to be it. When we put in this low back on August 18th, that was the low. That was the low. So, yeah, I don't really see much else kind of going on. To me, it's just more of a resting day. Energies are just getting absolutely housed. They're playing a little catch up to the downside. I mean, I'd be curious to see how much longer they go. AT&T is kind of rolling over here. Okay, as Verizon's been getting hit too. Jeez. As you know, gasoline is just not supportive of any demand. It's not showing any demand support, and I mean, if we're gonna see crude oil play catch up to gasoline, crude oil's got a long way to go, and today gasoline looks very very bad. And this is already in the time period when gasoline was down. I mean, substantial moves down the second half of September, even to start here, the beginning of October. So, yeah, this gap down, or from this contract roll, by the way, this was a big deal. This was a big deal. Brian, you said I don't like 43 or 40 W, 4200. I'm gonna say that's 4200. 4200 matters. Oh, you don't think 4200 matters? Okay. Certain people talk, and the market moves 5% of the day. Yeah, yeah, okay. 1%. All right, I'd agree with that. Not really. Dude, sometimes people talk, the market moves. Sometimes people talk, and the market doesn't move. Yeah, I don't know. It is very interesting. Kind of, it's like the market builds up and it builds up and it builds up pressure, and then someone says something, and then it releases on all that pressure when it something gets said, but it doesn't mean that I wasn't going to go in that direction eventually. I guess would be my take. I'm never convinced that one person leads to an entire market move like this. One person comes out and said, "Oh yeah, recession." Like remember, because a lot of people during this entire time that we've been doing this have called for recession, 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 recession. I don't really give a crap about the economy. I just trade the market. I don't give a crap what the market's going to do, right? So all it takes is a Fed member to say words and the market goes crazy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. But remember, we kind of all. I mean, this market sell off basically started right here. And if you remember what happened this day, well, it wasn't this day. It was actually the day before, on August 1st, after the bell that day. Fitch downgraded U.S. debt. They downgraded it from AAA to like AAA or AA to double A plus. So yeah, that was kind of when like we started this whole sell down was right there. That wasn't the high, but you know, I don't know. Like that wasn't. I mean, it's not just that. It's there's so much stuff kind of going on. Yields. There hasn't been a lot of talk by Fed and politicians and all that kind of stuff. And you got yields over here just continue just to push higher. I mean, like people are learning like things that do matter in the market, and like there's a balance across the different markets, right? Across bonds, across yield, interest rates, yields, commodities. It's not just stocks go up. It's not just that. It's been easy for the past couple of decades because yields have continued to fall, and we've seen governments basically print a lot of money. So, but I don't really have much else. I'd just be very interested to see how we close today. Let's talk about that. I mean, if we get back up to the high of today, I can see us push a little bit higher tomorrow. Then maybe start the rollover back down to the lows of the week or something. Mostly because the 10 EMA would be coming down. So yeah, maybe we do push a little bit higher maybe tomorrow, but then I would imagine we probably just start to sell back down tomorrow, and then we'd probably just push lower than on Friday. I'd be most curious to know this is my take for the week though. Do we get below 4200? Do we close below 420? 4200, 420? They're pretty close, but they're not the same level. They're a little bit different. And yeah, would we close below 420 or 4200? And I kind of think we do. I kind of just think we do. Unless we move pretty strong bullish today, have a close at like near the highs. And we have a good follow through day today tomorrow, and we have to close near tomorrow's highs as well. But if we But if we close like at today's highs and we try to rally tomorrow and then we fade and we close at like session lows tomorrow, then it just sets up Friday to just sell off and get below 420 and 4200. So I don't know. That would be the most important thing I would be looking for today and tomorrow is how we close. And I mean, depending on how we close today, I'll hit that tomorrow as well. But if we close at this level or lower today, I could see us break through 4200 tomorrow. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, we're getting dollar resting today. Nice little pullback today. We're getting yields, nice little upper wick. Maybe yields pull back a little bit more. And that would be the only other thing that kind of would get me to say maybe we push a little higher tomorrow. We would retest a little bit higher tomorrow on the SPY. Is that yields have pushed up so strong over the past week that maybe they retest a little bit lower tomorrow before rallying by close tomorrow and then pushing higher Friday. And because if they do that, I think the stock market would be breaking down. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I would say though, if unless we are closing at the bottom end of today, I can see us kind of retest a little bit higher tomorrow. So yeah, there's not much to do right now other than to see if we break through this 4200 level. Once we break this 4200 level, I think it'll be game on. It's really just driven by yields. I mean, yields are just devaluing everything right now on the equity side. So if you don't got any questions, take care. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy that beautiful weather, and we'll chat tomorrow. See how we close today and how tomorrow looks, and how the week's gonna wrap up, most likely. Alrighty, take care, Alf Hunters.